Byun Woo-seok, Kim Hye-yoon, dating rumors explode. And the question everyone is asking, are they really getting back together? Just when fans thought their story had ended, shocking whispers of a reunion have set the internet on fire. Stay with Red Carpet Revealed as we uncover the truth behind the headlines. Right now, the entertainment world thrives on speculation. But few stories ignite such a firestorm of curiosity and emotion as the rumors swirling around Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon. For weeks now, their names have been inseparable across headlines, trending hashtags, and breathless fan discussions. What started as a spark of gossip quickly spread into a full-scale blaze, fueled by every photograph, every ambiguous social media post, every fleeting glance captured by the ever-watchful eyes of fans and reporters. The question on everyone's mind is deceptively simple: are they really getting back together? Or is this just another illusion conjured by a public eager to believe in a fairy tale romance? Their story was never ordinary. Byun Woo-seok, tall, charismatic, with that almost cinematic aura that made him a natural leading man, and Kim Hye-yoon, with her warmth, quick wit, and acting talent that carved a place for her in the hearts of millions. Together they seemed like a drama written for the screen but lived in reality. Their first collaboration lit a fuse. The chemistry they shared on set was undeniable. The kind of synergy that actors sometimes chase their whole careers. On screen, they played their roles flawlessly. But it was the moments off camera that fueled whispers. The stolen laughs between takes. The way their eyes lingered longer than necessary. The subtle comfort they seemed to find in each other's presence. It was enough to plant seeds of speculation. As their project wrapped and their careers branched out in different directions, never truly faded. Clips resurfaced online months later, reminding fans of what had once been, keeping the embers glowing long after the initial flame had dimmed. Every new drama or film brought opportunities for comparison. Never one gave an interview mentioning the other, even in passing. Fans dissected every word like a hidden message. It was not obsession so much as hope, the hope that perhaps two people who had created such unforgettable magic together might continue their story beyond the camera's gaze. Then came the latest twist, and with it, the explosion of rumors that pushed their names into the spotlight once again. A photograph appeared online. Grainy and yet unmistakable, two figures walking side by side late at night. Heads bent close in conversation. They were dressed casually. Almost too casually. As if trying to melt into the anonymity of the city's shadows. But anonymity is impossible for faces so familiar. Especially when those faces belong to two people the public has long dreamed of seeing together. The internet did not hesitate. Within hours, image spread like wildfire, accompanied by captions demanding answers. Was it them? Were they alone? Was this proof of a rekindled romance? Or simply a coincidence blown out of proportion? Silence was their first response. Byun Woo-seok maintained his schedule, appearing at fan events and press conferences with his trademark calm, while Kim Hye-yoon continued her promotional activities with unshakable grace. Neither confirmed nor denied. And in that silence, the rumors grew louder. The lack of denial was treated by some as confirmation, while others argued that their discretion was evidence of nothing more than professionalism. But in a culture where silence often speaks volumes, their refusal to address the speculation directly only deepened the mystery. The timing of these rumors added yet another layer of intrigue. Both actors were at pivotal points in their careers. Byun Woo-seok, riding a wave of success from a string of hit dramas and modeling contracts, was increasingly seen as one of Korea's most bankable stars. Kim Hye-yoon, meanwhile, was breaking out of the ingenue mold, taking on roles that challenged her and proved her versatility. For them to be linked now, just as their trajectories were soaring higher than ever, raised questions about how such a revelation might impact their professional lives. Could a rekindled romance strengthen their brands, adding a layer of human intrigue to their polished public personas? Or could it risk overshadowing their hard-earned reputations, reducing them to little more than fodder for gossip columns? The industry held its breath, waiting. Advertisers speculated whether to align with them as a couple or avoid the risk of controversy. Directors and producers whispered behind closed doors, wondering whether the possibility of a reunion might translate into box office gold. Meanwhile, fans oscillated between ecstasy and anxiety. For every celebratory post declaring that dreams had finally come true, there was another warning against building castles on rumors. "Want them to be happy," wrote one fan on Twitter. A sentiment that spread widely, but if it's true, it feels like we're living inside the drama we always wanted to watch. Adding to the whirlwind were the so-called receipts that began circulating online. Screenshots of supposed social media interactions. Claims from anonymous sources who had allegedly seen them together. Even videos of moments so brief they could be interpreted in 100 different ways, each one added fuel to the fire. Some were debunked quickly, exposed as fan edits or outright fabrications. But others remained tantalizingly plausible. In the court of public opinion, truth was less important than the thrill of possibility. And then came the most shocking twist yet, a cryptic post from Kim Hye-yoon herself. It wasn't a direct confirmation. Or was it a denial? Just a single line in a caption beneath a photo of a sunset: "Some things return when you least expect them." Fans erupted. Theories abounded. A veiled reference to Byun Woo-seok? Was it an artistic musing unrelated to her personal life? The ambiguity was maddening. But it was also the perfect spark to keep the conversation alive. For Byun Woo-seok, his silence was even more piercing. Interviews skirted around the subject. Asked directly, he smiled politely, offering an answer that revealed nothing: "I am grateful for the support of fans in every aspect of my life." Diplomatic. But the very vagueness seemed deliberate. Together, their words, or lack thereof, crafted a narrative of suspense, leaving fans dangling on the edge of revelation. Turned into weeks. The frenzy did not subside. If anything, it grew more fevered. International outlets picked up the story, naming it as the potential reunion of a golden couple. YouTube compilations of their best moments together garnered millions of views. TikTok flooded with edits set to romantic ballads, each clip dissected for hidden meaning. The story had transcended national borders, becoming a global obsession. And the couple at its center remained enigmas. Truth concealed behind carefully curated appearances. Yet beneath the spectacle, there lingered a deeper question. One that resonated far beyond fandom: what does it mean to believe in love in an era where every private moment risks becoming public property? Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon were no longer just actors or potential lovers, they had become symbols of a yearning that stretched across generations. The yearning for authenticity in a world saturated with performance. The rumors of their reunion, whether true or not, had tapped into something primal: the desire to see love triumph against the odds. To believe that stories can circle back. Endings can become beginnings once more. The air hung heavy with anticipation. Statements were promised, then delayed. Insiders hinted that clarity was coming soon. That one or both of them would address the rumors directly. Fans prepared themselves for heartbreak or jubilation, ready to dissect every syllable. And then, as the frenzy reached its peak, a new revelation emerged, one that would transform speculation into something far more explosive. Just when it seemed that silence had become their only answer, the truth finally began to seep through the cracks. It started subtly, an official statement released late at night by Kim Hye-yoon's agency. The carefully worded press release was meant to be diplomatic. Every line sparked fresh debate. Kim Hye-yoon and Byun Woo-seok maintain a close friendship built on years of collaboration. Any speculation beyond that is unfounded. On the surface, it appeared to shut down the rumors. The tone was anything but definitive. Words like friendship and unfounded seemed deliberately vague, designed to protect privacy rather than extinguish curiosity. Fans noticed what wasn't said just as much as what was. There was no outright denial, no finality, just an opening wide enough for hope to slip through. Hours later, Byun Woo-seok's agency followed suit, echoing the sentiment. Byun Woo-seok values his colleagues deeply, and Kim Hye-yoon is one of those respected colleagues. Again, a statement that seemed to say something while saying nothing at all. The effect was electric. Far from putting the matter to rest, dueling press releases only heightened the intrigue. Was this truly the language of denial? Or was it a carefully choreographed dance to shield a romance too fragile to expose? The media pounced. Headlines screamed of half-confessions and strategic silence. Analysts debated on television panels, parsing the wording with the fervor of detectives unraveling a case. International outlets picked up the story, comparing it to similar scandals that had rocked other entertainment industries. Every phrase became a riddle, every pause in an interview a clue. Meanwhile, the public split into factions. Some fans clung tightly to the dream of reconciliation, pointing to the agency's refusal to firmly deny the rumors as proof. Others argued that the statements were clear two were nothing more than friends, and that any further speculation was invasive. But the human heart rarely obeys logic. Hope is a stubborn flame, and in this case, it burned brighter than ever. Then came the moment that no one could have predicted, the live appearance. Weeks after the rumors first exploded, Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon found themselves on the same stage at an awards show, seated only a few rows apart. The cameras, merciless in their precision, caught every stolen glance, every twitch of a smile. Fraction of a second where their eyes seemed to meet. For the audience, it was as if time froze. Social media erupted instantly. "Did you see the way he looked at her?" She smiled the moment his name was called. The entire evening became less about the awards themselves and more about a silent conversation unfolding between two people who had once set hearts alight. The speculation hit fever pitch when his acceptance speech. Byun Woo-seok thanked those who inspire me to keep growing. The phrase was vague, but the camera cut instantly to Kim Hye-yoon. Toward her gaze with a smile she seemed unable to hide. The room buzzed, and within minutes, the moment was clipped, captioned, shared across the globe. For many, is the confirmation they had been waiting for, not in words, but in a look that spoke volumes. Night onward, the narrative shifted. No longer about whether the rumors were true, but about how they would choose to navigate the spotlight together. Could they withstand the pressure of constant scrutiny, the endless demands for proof, the relentless hunger of a public that wanted to consume every detail of their private lives? Or would the weight of expectation crush whatever fragile bond might exist between them? For the industry, the stakes were high. Casting directors whispered of reuniting them on screen, banking on their chemistry to guarantee ratings gold. Advisors debated whether to seize the moment or wait until the dust settled. Even fellow celebrities weighed in, some offering cryptic comments that only added fuel to the fire. The story had become bigger than either of them individually. It was now a cultural phenomenon, a mirror reflecting society's obsession with love, fame. Blurred line between fiction and reality. Behind the spectacle, however, lay the human truth. Both Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon had lives outside the spotlight. Families who worried, who shielded them. Emotions too raw to be reduced to hashtags. For them, every rumor carried a cost. Every headline another layer of pressure. To love in private is difficult enough, to love under the gaze of millions is nearly impossible. And yet, perhaps it was precisely this impossibility that made their story so compelling. People didn't just want to know if they were together, they wanted to believe in the possibility that love could survive even in the harshest of lights. Weeks turned into months. No definitive announcement ever came. The rumors refused to die. Instead, they evolved, becoming less about are they dating, and more about what if they are. Fan edits portrayed them as a couple already. YouTube theories mapped out a timeline of their supposed romance. Articles continued to speculate with every shared event, every Instagram post, every whispered comment overheard at a cafe. The line between truth and fantasy blurred until even the skeptics began to wonder. And then, in one final twist, Hye-yoon herself addressed the frenzy in a magazine interview. Asked directly about the rumors, she smiled and said, "Sometimes, the stories people tell about us are more romantic than anything we could imagine ourselves. I think that's beautiful." Not a confirmation, nor was it a denial, it was an acknowledgement of the narrative that had grown beyond their control. In that single statement, gave fans exactly what they craved, permission to dream. Byun Woo-seok, for his part, remained enigmatic. Only response a quiet laugh when asked the same question weeks later. "Some things are better left as they are," he said, his words dangling like a riddle in the air. And with that, the legend was sealed. Whether they were truly together or not no longer mattered. The story of their possible reunion had become larger than reality. A modern myth that fans would tell and retell for years to come. In the end, the rumors of Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon were not just about two people. They were about the power of hope, the allure of mystery, and the way love, real or imagined, can bind people together across oceans and generations. Silence became their statement. Their glances became their confessions. And their story became a reminder that sometimes the greatest romances are those that exist in the space between what is said and what is left unsaid. And so, the question lingers, unanswered yet eternal, are they truly getting back together? Or have we simply witnessed the birth of a legend that belongs as much to the fans as it is to them? In the end, whether Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon are truly walking hand in hand again, or whether the world has simply fallen in love with the idea of their reunion, one fact remains undeniable: they have ignited a story that transcends headlines. It is a story about longing, about a blurred line between art and reality, about how even a whisper of love can shake an entire generation. Theirs is not merely gossip, it is a reflection of how deeply people yearn to believe that love can endure, return, and rewrite its ending. And so, as the lights dim on this chapter and the noise of speculation slowly fades, one truth stands taller than all the rumors: their names will remain etched in the hearts of fans. Not for the answers they gave, for the questions they left behind. Sometimes, not certainty that binds us, it is the mystery and the dream. To all our readers and viewers, thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through the storm of rumors, revelations, and silent glances. Your passion, your voices, and your unwavering curiosity are what make these stories worth telling. Whether you are here for the love, the drama, or the simple thrill of possibility, know that your presence is what keeps this world of stories alive. This has been Red Carpet Revealed, and we are grateful for every moment you've shared with us. Stay with us for more stories that captivate, shock, and inspire. Until then, may you carry with you the reminder that love, real, imagined, or whispered, remains the most powerful story of all.